Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil and at natural gas. But first, we're going to take a look here at Tesla and at Boeing, two stocks that are in play today. This video is for information purposes only, not a recognition to buy, selling stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Tesla, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, yesterday, really good, big surprise on the earnings. They had really good numbers, and now look what we have here. This is basically a good size short squeeze going on here. Now, yesterday, after hours, I scalped 20 points, and then I got back into it today, and I'm still riding it out here. I got in a little bit late today. I'm in at 245. And I got to stop there at 250. So I'm going to see how this is all going to shake out there today. But I'm also a long-term holder of this. That's just my trading positions, okay? So here's what we had there. Yesterday we closed, what did we close at there? You closed at 213.65, okay? Your high yesterday was 218.72, and then you can see where she jumped right on up here. I was pointing out here, this top of this candle, which was 224.26, and the bottom of this candle, which is that 232.34, which is your gap and your fill. Now what we have is we have a nice, I don't really like charts like this because this is just a big kind of a gap situation. But let's look at the upside just in case it keeps right on running. So you want to look at today's high, 254.93 level, okay? Then what we'll do is we're going to come up right over the top of this candle here. You're looking at 257.19. We'll come over to the top of here. You're looking at 260.70. We have 261.75. We'll come over here. You have 263.98, and then your big retest up there is that 264.86 level. Okay. Now again, if we can get above that, we bring this price channel right across here, and what we got is you got 265.60, and then your big breakout there is 271. Okay. So when you look here, like on a weekly chart, you can see here that 271, that's going to be very, very key. Now, all we have to do then is just go up here to the next levels here, and this will give you everything what you need to do, okay? So right there is what you have is you got 278.98. That's going to be your next target. We're going to come up to the top of this candle here. You got 299.29, and then we can just follow the candles here all the way on up here. If she keeps on rallying, 380, and then we just follow it all the way here until you get to the big retest of 1450. Not saying that's where it's going to go because you got to get through this 264.86 level. Again, we have a short squeeze going on here, so this isn't really a true kind of a situation. Now, your RSI is popping right on up here, but when you have that jump like that, it just turns the charts right on up, to the upside level. Now, let's look at the downside. So what we're going to be looking for here is we're going to be looking at here at the top of this candle. Okay, so you're looking at that 239.51 level, and then we're going to look at obviously at today's low. You're looking at 242.65, and then we have that 236.34 level. But then again, we're going to have this gap here at 232.34. Then we have your 50 SMA here, 229.34, and then we're going to have the top of this, which is your fill at 224.26. So we got to see how this all shakes out. So if it keeps on running, your big target is going to be 264.86. If it keeps on going past that, you got 271, okay? Very, very simple here. And then other than that, once you get through the breakout, we just follow the price channels. These blue lines are just price channels. And that way, it gives you exactly where your resistance levels are, makes life a lot easier, okay? So on the downside, your key level you're going to be watching is going to be that 21-day, that 236.34, and we're going to be watching that 50-day. We're going to watch that gap, and we're going to watch that fill kind of situation if it keeps on coming on down. Now, just remember what Netflix did. Netflix rallied real hard all the way up to 773, and now you pull back 747.85 here. So always remember that what goes up eventually will come down here too. So the key is let's just see what it can do if it gets up to this 264.86 and what the reaction is going to be. Now I'm going to show you another chart here on Tesla. Okay, here's another chart there on Tesla. And all you have to do if you want to see these charts, just go to finviz.com. It's all right there. Punch in any number, whatever stock that you want, and it's all right there, okay? So I want to show you just to see where you had this double top situation going on here. Then she sold it off. And this was that robo-taxi deal where you just gapped right on down, but you're holding this trend line, okay? See that trend line here off the bottom? You're holding that very, very nicely. Yeah, it came down a little bit because everybody thought that the earnings were going to be disappointment. I had no idea what they're going to be, but I just pointed out yesterday say, if you are going to, in the morning when I did my video, that if you are going to trade this here, look for opportunities after hours to get on this bad boy, okay? That's the thing, because you just never know what Elon Musk, what he comes up with. He's just that kind of guy, and it's that kind of a company. Okay, so we have this gap up here. See, so I don't like all these gap situations. See, like how we had that gap down, came all the way down, and then we end up filling it. And now we had another gap here, another gap here. So we're going to be watching that trend line and this double top situation going on right here. See, so that's going to be very, very key. Okay, so this is just another chart. We can get a good kind of a view of what Tesla is doing. Okay, here we have Boeing. Now I'm going to show you some other charts here too, but since we're on FinViz, let's just take a little peek ski at it, okay? Now you can see where this trend line is. See how that's just descending all the way down and is just holding that trend line very, very nicely, okay? But again, what it is you got this 21 SMA here, which is very, very difficult. Then we have this gap and this fill. I'll show you on other charts. Then we have to get up to the other trend line. Now, they had the unions there meet, but they turned that contract down again. I think it was like a 35% raise. They want a 65% raise. And so again, they turned it down. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. Okay, so this is a good idea here to watch. So if it comes on down, you just want to make sure that it holds that trend line. Okay, again, if it doesn't, then she can go much lower. On the upside, you want to watch that 21 day. If it gets above that, that 50 day here, then she can rip up much, much higher. So let's look at a couple other charts here on Boeing. Okay, here we have the Boeing, the daily, and the weekly. Okay, so what we got here, you can see here where it kind of rallied up, but where'd you go? This is why you trade the charts. It goes right into that 8 SMA, 156.02, and then it pulled right on back here, okay? So now we're hovering right around this 21 day, which is 153.82 level, okay? So your upside, you need to get above that 153.82 if you're trading this. And then the next level here is going to be 156.01. If you can get above all that there, then we're going to be looking here at that nice 160.20. That is going to be your 50 SMA here, and then we have your price channel just above that at 163.44. And obviously, you can see how this pattern is. You're 50 days down, 100 days down, you're 200 days down. You need something here to turn this around. This was almost going to be turning around here, but now she's coming right on down here with that contract that just did not get settled. They have to get this settled to get moving forward. Now, downside, you want to look obviously at today's low. That's 151.98. It came off today because of they didn't sell that strike. And then what you want to do is just watch that right there. Okay, so you have 151.34, but today's low is going to be very, very critical. 151.98. Okay, so that was your bottom right there. Okay, now your next level is going to be 148.55, and then we're going to have that 146.02. That is going to be your big retest going on here. So right now, this is not really my kind of stock, but if you are trading it, to me, I would say, eventually they're going to get this problem solved here. They'll get the negotiation, they'll get a contract, and then I think this stock can rip up. But right now, you're just in a downtrend when you look at this stock like we did on the other chart. So you're in that downtrend situation, okay? So that, for me, you got to get above this 163.44. Then you can start reversing this, and then you can hit that 100-day at 170.21 and possibly that 180.30, and then you can start reversing this and going on up. So when you look at the weekly chart, see, it's the same thing. You're in a downtrend. Like for me, there's really no sense that says, hey, I'm going to get into Boeing right now. You got to wait for this to shake out. And then once they get a contract, then you have to give it a quarter or two, and then we can just see if it's going to start rallying up here. But, I don't like that series of lower lows and lower highs. That just never works. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, which I got to say has been absolutely excellent scalping there today, okay? So what we did is we made a nice higher high, and then what we did here now is we made a lower low. So far today, your low was 69.95. And then we have here, yesterday's low was 70.13, okay? So, you just have to basically just, watch these key simple moving averages. That's going to be very, very key. Now, let me just big this up a little bit here. Yeah, there's the R. That's better. Okay, so this is here we're going to do on the upside. You got to get back and close above that 70.45 level. Okay, if you can do that, Then we have right there, we have that 21-day at 71.69, and then we have that 50-day at 71.72. So everything is sitting right there. Now, you had a good pop up here this morning, but now you notice how it just sold right off here. But remember, you got to remember, this is the war premium going on here. We got to see what kind of retaliation. I think if we didn't have that war, I think you'd blow through that 65. I think you'd be down in the 60 area. Okay, very, very easily, I would say. So again, what you want to do is watch, obviously, today's low. That's that 69.95 level right there, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll come right down here to the bottom of this candle here, okay? We're going to be looking at 69.35. We'll come here. We're looking at 68.46. And then we'll come right down here at 68.71 level. Now, again, if 17 level, if that's lost here, here's your big target, 66.33 and 65.27. But right now, we just have sideways action. So don't get too excited here. We just have a nice sideways action. So it's actually, for me, it's been a good two-way trade. I scalped the UCO today, and I scalped the SCO because it could not hold this 50-day and that 21-day. That's what you got to remember. It's not just getting above it. It's closing above it. That's the key. See where it went above it, and it went closed below. See, above it, closed below. Didn't even make it above it, and then see a close. That's what you got to worry about. These are very, very key levels here. You got your 8, your 21-day, your 50-day. Very, very crucial right here. So let's just see how sideways action we can get. Now, upside, if you can crack above that 71.68, then here's your big target is going to be that 75.35 level. Obviously, your 200-day at 77.25 and then 78.46, your recent high, which is going to be your upside target again. But you have to get and close above all of this. Downside here, just watch all these levels. And if this bottom line here is lost at 68.17, boom, that's your target right there. You can go here, okay, but right there is going to be your target, and then right there, 65.27. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas hourly and your 4-hour chart. Now, yesterday I posted this. See how this we're stair-stepping all the way down. Then we came down here. We got as low as 221, and then we made a sideways action. Now it's looking at breaking out. Now, natural gas was doing very good. It was a really good scalp here on the UNG. I got 20 cents there on the UNG. But then what happened is I say always watch that EIA report. When that comes out, well, that can be a market mover. And you had a build of 80 BCF. Versus the expected of 61 BCF. Okay, so that's not good. And previously, you had a build of 60 BCF. So that is not really good for, say, natural gas prices going higher. However, when you look at this chart here, you can see here where it kind of wants to break on out here, and that maybe we put a bottom kind of a situation in, and now she wants to break on out. Okay, so always look at an hourly and a 4-hour chart. It kind of like breaks it out a little bit, where we had that stair step going all the way on up here, then we had that stair step all the way bottom, and then we put that bottom in here. Then we put in a lower high, which is always good. We had that bottom of the candle at 2.5. You had 2.1 here, 2.21 here, and now we're curling up here. As long as we can hold that 50-day. Okay, 2.37, and that 8-day sitting at right there, same thing. And then we look at that 21-day. As long as that is holding, we got a good shot here of taking this right up here to that 200 SMA here, and possibly even that 100 SMA. But we got to see here if this was the bottom, and now we're curling back up here. Because see, this is why you want to use these price channels, because then this here is bring it right across. These are all your resistance levels, and these are all your upside targets here until you get up to that 3.01. Okay, let's take a look here on a daily. Okay, here we have natty gas here on a daily. Now, this is the same thing that we have in crude oil, okay? You're sitting right here with all that level, okay? So, again, today we made a nice higher high, but you know that once we got that EIA report, you notice that how it came down. So now here's what you want to trade up against, okay? So if it goes higher than that 2.45 level, okay, then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking right here to the bottom of this candle here. That's at 2.47. Then your next level here is going to be 2.49. And then we're going to jump up here. You got 2.55. And then we're going to head right for that 2.62. That is your 21 SMA here. Now, this chart here is actually not looking really that bad here because we're going to have a higher high and a higher low. And we're holding the top of that candle. And the key is going to be holding this 8 simple moving average on a closing basis. You can see where it came down to it. Okay. But it did not. So far, close below it. That's the key. So this is what you want to watch on the downside. Watch that 2.369. If that is lost there, then we'll come over here to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 2.33, and then we'll come right here. You're looking at 2.27, And then right there, you're looking at 2.25. And then we have your roughly 2.3 level here, your 200-day, and then your big recent low here at 2.21. Okay, those would be your targets here if that 8-day is lost. Okay, but right now we're just hovering at the 50-day, the 100-day, and we're holding that 8-day, which is very, very positive here to try to take a long. Now, I didn't scalp any kind of a short or anything on that order here today on the KLD. You could have done a little bit short, but to me, I was just busy with other stuff there. So, but anyway, I did take that long, that UNG here, and I looked on taking another long here on UNG here to maybe you can see if you can, once you can start breaking up. Now, this is, like we had here. See this? It's not going to go bam right up right away. If it goes a slow and we can get all the way up to that 21-day, you can make a lot of good green. Now, I trade UNG. I trade 5,000 shares. So already I got $1,000 just off of UNG here, just with one scalp here. Okay, so that's not too bad here. You don't have a whole lot of movement here, but if we can get going, we can get all the way up here to that 2.62. But right now, watch that 50-day, that 100-day, and then the key level here, that 8-day. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the pit close. And we'll take a look at crude and natural gas here. And remember now, if you're trading technology, next week it's all coming in, okay? You're going to have Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Google. Everything's going to be coming jamming here next week here. So again, an easy way that I play that is with TQQQ, which is up 1.5% there today. So it's not too bad. Okay, trade what's in front of you. Now what you want.